If you've been feeling tired, stretched thin, or like you've lost your rhythm a little bit, this episode is for you. Welcome back to the Begin Within Health Show. I'm glad you're here. If you haven't done so, if you wouldn't mind rating and reviewing the show on Apple Podcasts, it makes such a huge difference in how successful this show is. It's in the top 5% of all podcasts, and I'm so thrilled about that. But you could help the Begin Within Health show to benefit even more people if you would rate and review the show, or just do whatever you can on your podcast player, or if you're watching on YouTube, to leave a comment. Make sure you follow or subscribe to the show so that you don't miss an episode. Now, what we're focused on this week is the end, I almost said the beginning, the end of daylight savings. That's where we're at. If you're listening to this at the time of its original release, this weekend coming up, we are going to fall back. We're going to turn our clocks back in most places in the United States so that daylight savings is over and we are back onto standard time. Now, every single year, I think that we've done the Begin Within Health show since we began. We do a special episode all about how you can get the most out of this time of year when we're changing our clocks back, because there is a real opportunity for us, especially those of us who are interested in improving our health. And I don't want you to miss out on what the end of daylight savings has to offer you. Now, depending on who you're talking to, this weekend can either be a blessing or a curse. And it used to be that I really felt like it was a curse. It used to be that I just dreaded the end of daylight savings because the evening hours had much less daylight. And of course, the morning hours, we have a little bit more, right? As we change the clock back 1 hour. If you've been waking up in the dark, you might be waking up with a little bit of light in the sky. And of course, if you've been getting home in the evening and there's still some daylight, now you might be coming home to a little bit darker skies, or at least much shorter daylight left after you come home in the evening. So you might be feeling like, either way, not too excited about the change. And I used to kind of dread it too. And of course, this weekend, there is the opportunity to get an extra hour of sleep, right? Saturday into Sunday, the nighttime actually lasts an extra hour, if you could kind of wrap your head around that with me. And of course, that can be a benefit. That can be a real blessing. But others, it's just uh, time to complain, right? Oh, it's getting dark so early. So, but what if this little flip of the clock, what if it was actually an opportunity? What if there was an opportunity for you to make some healthy changes as a result of this kind of inconvenient adjustment in the clock? Today, I want to show you how you can use it as a natural reset for your health, not by doing anything complicated, not by buying anything new, no new equipment, no new workout programs, nothing like that, but just by taking advantage of what your body's already doing as a result of daylight savings. So, like I said at the outset, if you've been feeling tired, if you've been feeling stretched thin, if you feel like you're kind of out of the rhythm a little bit, this is an opportunity. I'm going to share a few opportunities with you where you might be able to use this time right now, this switch back to standard time, as a great way to kind of get back into the rhythm, or get back into a little bit healthier phase in your life. Now, if you are into the nerdy backstory of daylight savings time, the history, the farmer myth, and why we even do this in the first place, then go back and watch or listen to episode 224 of the Begin Within Health show. There I did a lot of research and dug into where this even came from and uncovered some of the myths and shared the facts as far as we know them about how we got into daylight savings. And we talked a little bit about some of the statistics too, which are really interesting about how lives, literally lives, are saved and lost by this change in the clock to fall back in the fall, spring ahead in the spring. And you're going to be very interested in that. So check out episode 224 if you want to dive in a little bit more into some of those statistics, facts, and the history of daylight savings. Pretty fascinating, but I'm not going to dive into much of that today. What I want to share with you is how I now look at this weekend every single year. It's not about losing light, it's about gaining rhythm. It's not about loss, it's about gain. This weekend is nature's reminder to slow down, to rest, to pay attention to your routines. And this one little shift, this 1 hour, gives you and me the perfect window to reset a few key habits that will make the darker months that are here now, to make those darker months a little bit healthier, a little bit calmer, instead of more stressful and more draining. So I'm going to give you three simple things that you can do this weekend to take advantage of the end of daylight savings. So number one, I call it the sleep upgrade challenge. All right. So we are getting a bonus hour of sleep this weekend if we use it right. Now, don't do what I did for most of my life and say like, "Ooh, we get an extra hour tonight, so that means we're going to stay up later tonight." That's kind of the one thing in order to take advantage of the sleep upgrade that the end of daylight savings offers that you want to make sure you don't do is think, "Oh, we got this extra hour. I'm going to use it to stay up late. I'm going to use it to do something fun Saturday night." Use it as a reset. Use it to get some extra rest. So what you do is this. Go to bed at your normal time on Saturday night. Don't stay up late because you can. And let your body wake up naturally Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning, right? It might be an opportunity to not have an alarm clock and just wake up when your body wants to wake up. And do this. With that extra hour, pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to how you feel, having gone to bed at your normal time on the clock Saturday, but then Sunday, just let your body wake up when it wants to. That rested feeling, that good feeling that you have, that's your baseline. That's how sleep is supposed to feel. That's how you're supposed to feel every single morning. Use that as a new baseline. So here's the challenge then. Try to keep that earlier schedule for the rest of the week. Go to bed at the time that you used to go to bed, okay? So if you're going to bed at, let's say, 10 p.m., typically right now during daylight savings, during the summer months, when daylight savings is on, now go to bed at 9 p.m. because that's when your body should be feeling like going to sleep. So this week coming up, after daylight savings ends, after we fall back, start going to sleep. Instead of 10 p.m., start going to sleep at 9 p.m. And of course, you can do the math on that real easy, whatever your actual bedtime is. Go to bed sooner on the clock and wake up a little bit earlier and hopefully a little bit easier. You might be shocked at how much better you feel. Energy, focus, patience, control over your impulses, including grabbing some of those unhealthy snack foods, those kinds of things. It can make a big difference just to be better rested. And this daylight savings thing and it coming to an end right now gives you an opportunity to do that. All because you didn't waste that extra hour. You invested it in some good rest, and you are going to take advantage of this opportunity. So that's one, the sleep upgrade challenge. If you're in, let me know. Share with me on social media or put a comment. in your podcast player or with the video. Sleep Upgrade Challenge. Are you in? Give it a try this week. And of course, it starts Saturday night. Do it right. Okay. Number 2, light before latte. You know, I've asked experts and done some reading on this, and they'll say the best way to adjust to daylight savings, whether it's the start of it when we're springing ahead or the end of daylight savings when we're falling back, the best way is to get yourself exposed to daylight. Get under the sky. Now, light before latte, right? That's the challenge here. Kind of a fun one. So here's the idea. Before your morning coffee, before caffeine even touches your system, before it hits you, let some light hit you if possible. I know if you're like me, you're like, man, I wake up when it's dark 365 days a year. So this one might not work for you, but maybe it can if you delay that coffee in the morning until you have the opportunity to get some light. Might be kind of a fun one to give a try to. Maybe just sip on some water or some tea that's non-caffeinated until you get the opportunity to get exposed to some daylight. Let that daylight, let that sunlight, let the light of the sky hit your eyes before caffeine. If possible, step outside for just a couple minutes or stand by a bright window facing east. Let that little bit of light exposure tell your brain that it's morning rather than that drug, that caffeine, tell your brain that it's morning. What this is going to do is it will boost your mood. It'll help reset that body clock and help you sleep better the next night, the night to come, because you got exposed to daylight and kind of recalibrated in the morning. And maybe this is just something you try on Sunday morning, the morning after daylight savings, or as soon as you hear this after daylight savings ends. So give that a try. Get exposed to light before coffee if you can. Again, I realize this one might be a real challenge. So do this every morning for a week, and you'll find that you adjust faster to this time shift to the end of daylight savings. You might feel awake more naturally each morning. And of course, you're going to rely a little less on caffeine, a drug, to kind of get you kick-started, but rather you'll get this kickstart, this jumpstart naturally in the morning with some daylight. So give that a try. Tell me how you like it. Tell me what you think. And even if you end up going back to the way things were, you tried it for a week, you did it. So my recommendation is do this Sunday morning and then try it for a full week after daylight savings ends and see how it works for you. This might be a great opportunity to kind of recalibrate, get back in a healthier rhythm with your body, because it is daylight that runs, or at least acts on every cell in your body as well as mine. So those cells want to get calibrate them every single morning. So that's number 2. That's the light before latte challenge. Again, that one might be a real challenge. That one might be a real challenge for me. I think that's the one that I'm going to give a try to. And again, if you want to give that one a try, shoot me a message, leave a comment with your video. Say, hey, I'm in. Light before latte. I'm going to give it a try this week. Number 3, the cozy up routine. Now, let's talk about the evenings. And of course, you could do more than one, or you could try all of these different challenges. But let's talk about the evening time. So what's happening in the evening after daylight savings ends? It's getting darker earlier, of course, right? And so it's easy to feel a little bit sluggish. It's easy to feel a little bit down emotionally, right, as a result of that. But what if we use that earlier sunset as a cue to slow down purposefully, intentionally? How would that be? When the sun goes down, dim the lights in the house. Turn on a lamp instead of overhead lights. Make some tea, stretch a little, read something relaxing. Use that extra time to intentionally wind down, intentionally slow down, and just cozy up. Enjoy the earlier darkness. Celebrate it, seize it, benefit from it. This simple wind down routine, some of those little things that I just mentioned, can help your body to produce melatonin naturally so that you fall asleep more easily without forcing it, without forcing yourself to go to bed and then stare at the ceiling. So think of the earlier darkness as your cozy up cue. This is your cue to just slow down, just cozy up. When it gets dark outside, your body's saying, hey, it's time to take care of me. It's time to start resting and resetting and winding down for another day so that we can begin the next day ready to go. So there you go. 3 simple, free ways that you can use this time change to your advantage. You got your sleep upgrade. You got your light before latte challenge or your cozy up routine challenge. Those little challenges, give them a try, maybe just for a week. Again, pick one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dive in on the light before latte challenge and just see what happens. Try it for a week, see how you enjoy it, see what you benefit from, if there's some aspects of it that you want to keep in place, or if you just go back to the way life was before, you're going to have had a little bit healthier week than you would have had anyway, and you're going to be a healthier person as a result. So none of them take extra time. It's all about just listening to your body, doing what it's essentially already telling you with just a few small adjustments that can pay off in a big way in terms of positivity, in terms of energy, and of course, benefits to your health. So instead of fighting the clock, instead of fighting the change, instead of complaining, instead of viewing this as a curse, let's view it as a blessing. Flow with it, go with it, let your body rest, let your mornings start brighter, let your evenings slow down. You're going to feel more energized, more grounded, and healthier going into the winter season. And of course, if you're someone who's been trying to get into the habit of morning workouts, a morning workout routine, then high five. I am with you on that. I love morning workouts. In fact, personally, if I don't get my workout in the morning, I know that there's a real chance that it's not even going to happen. So if you're someone who's like, I got to get this morning routine going, I got to get it going, I got to get this workout in the morning, and you want to make sure that it happens, one of the absolute best ways to make it happen is by having an appointment with yourself, yes, or with someone else, or with a small group of people who are all trying to do the same thing. If you can set that up for yourself, awesome. If you'd like some support and help, I'm here for you, as well as those that I'm working with every single morning doing personal training on Zoom. Everyone's working out at home. I'm at home, and we're working together to make sure that that morning strength training happens. If that would help you out, here's what you can do. Go over to beginwithin.fit, connect with me there, select one of the programs, or just scroll down, book a call with me, and let's talk about it. Let's see what will work for you. Let's find a program that works best for you, and let's get you going. Let's get it working for you, this morning workout routine. Now we're inside. Maybe you're going to use that extra hour in the morning since you're getting up earlier, right? To get your workout in. Let me help you. Let me support you. And maybe let's even just try it for a week. See what happens, right? All right. Enough for me today. I appreciate you so much for being here and supporting the show. Thanks again. And of course, I'm going to talk with you soon. And until then, please keep taking good care of yourself.